Okay, so we're taking this trip and we're in the Keys, and we're heading toward Bahia Honda, which is just west, just over the 7-mile bridge from Marathon. And Marathon, somewhere about the middle of the Keys, and it's known for diving, snorkeling, and the open water or deep sea fishing and all. And they have charters going out doing all that stuff. A couple comes down from Ohio, and they get on one of these cheaper charter boats. It's a half-a-day deal, and they'd already been out all morning. They come in, pick these guys up, and went out. And they're just tired, the crew is, and they want to get back in and not paying a lot of attention. And they didn't do a very good count when they got back on the boat. And they get in, and guy realizes his wife is not on the boat.
Oh my.
And so immediately, guys have to get in the boat, head back out, call the Coast Guard, and all. They don't find her. Can't find her at all. He stays down another week or so. They're looking, and finally they call off the search. There's no use looking anymore, and he heads on back to Ohio. 4 or 6 months later, he gets a call from the Florida Wildlife Commission, and he said, well, it's about your wife, and the news is not really good, but it's not entirely bad, and it could be better. And he says, well, I don't know what that means. What do you mean it's not exactly good? He says, well, your wife is deceased. She drowned, and we've just found her. And he says, well, how can that possibly be good?
Right.
He said, well, when we brought her up, there were 2 5-pound lobsters and about 8 crabs attached to her. And he said, really? So what's better? He said, well, we're bringing her up again tomorrow.
That is horrible. That is horrible.
Come on.
No. No.
I could have swore that had been a high five.
Really?
We're bringing her up again tomorrow?
Really?
Man and woman. Man and woman. They get to retire early. They're 60 years old, each of them. They're sitting up there in Ohio and thinking back on their life and enjoying things, and poof, a genie comes right there in their living room and said, you guys, you've been married 40 years now. You've lived a good life, and you're about to embark on the golden years. He said, how about I grant each one of you, a basic wish? I said, okay, that's great. So the man tells his wife, go first. And she said, well, we've lived right here our whole lives, and we've saved and we've done everything, but I'd really like to see something. I'd like to walk along the beaches and all down in the Keys and see that place. So, man, just like that, there they are. They got on their little tourist clothes, and they're walking the beach, strolling, holding hands and everything. And the genie all of a sudden is right up beside him, looks at him and says, it's your turn. He's looking around all these people out there on that beach, and he says, you know what? I'd really like to be with a woman 30 years younger than me. Just like that, he's 90.
That gets a high five.
Okay, you wanna go on down and see the very end, the literal end of the Keys?
Yeah, let's do.
Let's do. All right. Okay, so here we go into Bahia Honda State Park. Look out there. Just look out there. What can I say?
The water is beautiful.
Yes, ma'am. Probably have to pull over. Yes, please. You got it. Thank you.
To its credit, and it's the last floating American vessel that the first German U-boat killed. This is about to go to Tampa, Florida, to have some restoration work done on it. But until they actually came back to Tampa to have that work done, you can still go down and check it out at the end of Southern Street, get some good photos of the ship. It really is a pretty remarkable vessel.
All right, what do you got to say to me now?
We're on our way to the dry Tortugas, and I can't wait.
We're about halfway apparently, because we're an hour and no, we're not. We're only 41 minutes.
Yeah, we're supposed to be there. Yeah, 10:30, right?
Yeah, we're not even a quarter of the way. We still got almost 2 hours, hour and 50 minutes. So anyway, nice ride, nice day.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, we just keep passing all these islands that are outside of Key West.
They're called the Mule Keys. The Florida Keys continue down to the dry Tortugas, includes the dry Tortugas. And these are all called Mule Keys.
And what do you call them?
Well, our tour guide calls them the donkeys.
Donkeys. All right. I thought you'd want to sneak in one there. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm not trying to vie for the high five.
All right. This is it. This is the Yankee Freedom.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what a storm at sea looks like.
That huge cloud.
I hope you can see the rainbow in the film here.
It's kind of on the right.
Yeah, but otherwise,
That's just gorgeous, isn't it?
yeah, look at the clear all around, and there's a big storm. So, here we go.
everybody's kind of gathering around, I just want to ask everybody that can hear me right now to do me a quick little favor before we get this thing started. And folks, I'm asking this favor because I really want this to be a good experience for you guys. I want you to enjoy yourselves, have fun. Hopefully you'll learn a couple things. But in addition to that, there is also a little tiny part of me that deep down inside, every day before I start giving a tour, and well, secretly hoping that when it's over with, and you guys are walking away from me, there's a little party that hopes every day that when you guys are walking away, at least a couple of you might think to yourselves, wow, that was a lot better than I expected it was going to be. You know what I mean? But I have realized over the last several years that the only way I can consistently get this to happen is I need to start off right now and ask all of you to please, 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 folks, get your expectations low now. Seriously, the lower your expectations are for me and the tour, the better it's going to seem at the end, and I want this to be great for you today. So get them way, way down there. With that, folks, we're going to hop inside in just one moment. Once we get inside, you can sit down on a park bench, lay out in the grass, work on your tan, lean up against a shade tree. I'm going to give you a quick 20-minute talk. After that, you can explore the fort more on your own. You can go hit the boat for lunch, hit the beach, or if you'd like to, you join me for part of or all of the extended tour. Right out here in this harbor. I've been working on the ferry now for 8 years, 4 months, and 4 days. And even though I've been coming out here to go to work every day for the last 8 years, you know, on my days off, I still make sure that I get out here at least once every couple months to enjoy a night or a couple days out in the park. It is a spectacular place, folks. And there is a lot of different stuff to love in this national park. But one of my favorite parts about this park is actually the fort that's surrounding us right now. And I hope you don't think that this is your average size fort. This is a massive fortification. This is actually the third largest of the third system of fortifications built by the United States during the 1800s. Not only is this the third largest fort that our country built, it is also the most powerful fortification the United States built. This fort was designed to house 424 more cannons, more than any other fortification of its time frame. So it is the sheer size and power of Fort Jefferson make this place pretty special and unique. When you add to it its location, the fact that we're out here in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, I think that makes it a little bit intriguing as well.
Alright, so here's Linda doing the passport. Fort Jefferson out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, gotta see which way it goes. Okay, does that look right side up?
I don't know. Can you? Is the paper dirty on the other side too? Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's it, okay, so. Oh, it's actually vertical, but that's okay.
All right.
Then,
A little date stamp.
okay, that is correct. Okay.
You happy?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. All right, so this is just going down the side. Look at here, going down the side.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
This fort is massive.
Yeah. And it's only surrounded by water.
Right.
We're going to go up here and do some snorkeling.
I cannot wait to get in the water. We had a great talk about the fort.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
We learned a lot, didn't we?
We learned a lot about the importance of the fort and actually the location of the Tortugas.
Yes.
How important they were in history and are still now.
Yeah. And the fact that there's 1.6 million bricks and all the
Right.
mortar and all the concrete for the foundation and all that had to be brought here. And what he pointed out that sometimes you don't think about is the fact that at that time we're 70 miles from Key West, but Key West was not a deep water port. So
Right.
all these materials either had to come around from somewhere like Jacksonville or on further north, or from New Orleans or somewhere up, you know, Pensacola. I think Pensacola's closest one to here. So this didn't come from the Keys. All this material was brought in from the mainland to try to build this place. And what did I say, 1926, 1826 it began? So here we are.
I want you guys to look at the vegetation.
Yeah.
When you consider there is no water on this island.
But the vegetation that we have anywhere is supplied by rainwater.
Right, but there's
And
no,
it does rain here.
Right, it rains here.
So, all right, we're going to walk out here to this beach and see what we can see.
Look, I take lots of pictures, but I don't Facebook.
Yeah, go around that corner. We can walk around the moat here.
Yeah, this is the wall of the moat.
And you cannot go on the moat.
You know, you can't
You're
snorkel in the moat.
You're not allowed. But now, over here, you can snorkel anywhere over here you want.
Yeah, this is getting nice and deep, so there might be some pretty stuff. There's some little tiny fish over here.
Yeah?
Nothing to brag about.
Yeah.
But there is, they said there's a breach in the moat. I don't remember what side.
All the way on the other side, so we can
Okay.
walk almost all the way around. You're wanting to get in the water, so
That's okay.
let's
This is
walk,
good. We can
we'll
check
walk
it
to
out.
the corner,
Okay.
and then we'll make arrangements to get in the water. I'm just not seeing anything but sand here, so he said go to those pilings over there.
Watch where your feet.
Yeah. Otherwise,
I'm going to go here so you have more room.
oh, this is just unbelievable.
It is.
All right. There it is. Life is good. Life is good.
This is like, I can't even explain it. It's a dream. It's a dream. That's all I can say.
That's right. And we're living the dream.
We're living the dream.
It's half beyond 9 to 5. All right. Yeah, let me just turn it around where you got a little bit of the...
This is like absolutely amazing. I mean, underwater is like you're kind of in a completely different world. And this down here is like a dream.
Special.
This is special. I just told Terry this is some of the prettiest coral I've ever seen, and that includes diving. I mean, we've seen some really pretty coral, but this is some of the prettiest I've ever seen. In this location, oh my gosh. Just look around. I don't know if you can see how pretty the water is. There's about 16 different colors of turquoise.
Yeah. Alright, well, there's me and there's you. Oh, this is us living the dream. Oh no.
I got Vins to the left, Vins to the right.
Alrighty then. That's us.
A bad day of snorkeling is better than a good day of most anything else.
not supposed to be on this up here, so we won't go way out on it, but we'll just take around and look here and see what we got. Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah. I wonder what kind of boat that is. That looks kind of like a rescue boat.
Well, that's from the Coast Guard. He just came from that boat out there.
Oh.
That's Coast Guard peoples.
Oh.
Look at that fort. Okay. We're raising the flag. There's the Dry Tortuga National Ferry. Linda, give me a pose. Woo, yeah, don't fall backwards. You can see out there where we were snorkeling. This is the Dry Tortugas. We'll take it in. You see the cannons stationed around. Linda, if you come around to this side, it looks like it's a little easier to come up.
Oh, good. This is a perfect view.
All right. I don't know. This is pretty nice.
I give it 2 thumbs up.
And 2 opposable thumbs up. Just don't get any better than this. Okay, it's 2:30 and we're going to leave here in about 25-30 minutes. Are you whooped?
I'm pretty tired,
Pretty whooped, okay.
but I had so much fun.
Way too much fun. Now we're heading back to Key West. We're going to eat at your little Cuban restaurant.
We might.
We might watch a little bit of sun going down at Mallory
We
Square.
might see
All
them
right, ladies and
salute
gentlemen, if
the
you're on board
sunset.
boat right now, you've not checked in yet. Please come down and check in and get this done.
Okay, so again, another place that we've never been. As many times as we've been to the Keys, we have never made the effort to go on down to the Dry Tortugas. We've always talked about it, and so this time we did it. And I guess that, you know, it's just one of the places you can go, but you don't need to see again, right?
Oh no, not even true.
Not even true.
No, that was absolutely amazing.
The ride out was like 2 hours and 15, 2 hours and 20 minutes. And it went by really quick. You saw what the boat was like. And you know, there's islands. The Keys are just a chain of islands. And they end at the Dry Tortugas. And so all along the way, you still see the little islands out there. They're not inhabited. I don't know at what point they become dry where there's no water, fresh water on them. But you know, you don't lose sight of that. People saw turtles in the water and dolphins, and also the ride out and back was great. But the fort and the water around it, just that entire place was unbelievable.
It was absolutely amazing. We would go back. I would have gone back the next day and the next day. We had about 5 hours there.
We had about 5 hours there.
And it felt like a half an hour.
And the thing about it is, you know, it's one of those things, if you haven't been there or been to places like that, when you go there and you learn about it and see the situation, there is camping available there. Yeah. You pack in what you bring and you pack out what you brought in, and you just stay there. Obviously, it's a dry island. There's no fresh water, so you're going to take everything you need in with you. But next time we go, that's probably what we'll do. That way, when the boat leaves, we still have the rest of the day and the whole morning until it shows up the next day to dive and see the place. But you know, we didn't know all that this time. But next time, I think it'll be an overnight trip.
Yeah. It was just, I mean, there was too much. We didn't even get to explore 1/10 of the island, or a whole lot of the fort, and definitely we didn't get to snorkel long enough.
We only had time to see that one snorkel in that one area, and, and it's an entire island, and it's a string of islands. So yeah, it's another trip we have to take.
But it's highly recommended. If you ever have an opportunity, we so recommend that you do it.
Absolutely. But at this point, I think the next thing you're going to see is a little run around Key West.
Yeah, the next one you'll get to see a little bit of Key West at night, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because when we came back to Key West this day from the Dry Tortugas, we changed clothes and we got to eat at the Cuban restaurant and have a little bit of fun.
So we'll see that next.
Right.
Until then,
Peace.